Hi guys, in today's video I want to demonstrate this puzzle generator I've been working on. And I'm also going to give someone the chance to win, inverted commas, it for free just by commenting, liking and subscribing. But you must watch the video because it comes with some caveats. Firstly, the winner is going to be technically a beta tester. I made this with AI in Python and it works fine. I put it all together as an exe. It's great. Watch the video, it explains a lot of things. And it works on my computer, but I do have Python in my computer. So I don't know if it's reading the Python or whether it's running from the exe itself. I have tested it on a laptop, my laptop which doesn't have Python, and it worked fine there. So, I'm just wanting to be doubly sure, and I could ask me girlfriend to run it on her computer, but I thought I'd do a giveaway and make a video. Second of all, there's a very good chance that if you download it, it will trigger your antivirus. Now, it's a Python thing. I use something called PyInstaller, and that can, in some cases, trigger an antivirus one. It did it to me when I installed it, which was a surprise, because it didn't, when I tested each bit individually in Python, it worked fine, but then when I used this PyInstaller to wrap it all up in an exe, then it triggered it. Apparently it's a common problem. PyInstaller does trigger some antivirus. I've got Norton that triggered that. It didn't trigger me Windows Defender on me PC though, laptop, sorry. So just beware, it might trigger your antivirus, and even though there's nothing in it that's harmful, just be aware. The decision is yours whether you want to accept it as it is. So that's it. It's a rather severe warning end to the introduction, but I just want to make sure that you're aware that if it triggers your antivirus, it triggered mine. It was fine, but it is up to you whether you want to accept it to run. There is nothing malicious in it. It's just PyInstaller triggering. But remember, the final decision is yours. If you don't want to trigger it, or you don't trust me, then don't enter the competition. And when there's finally, if I put this on for sale, for a bargain price, lifetime access, 11 puzzles, you'll get it for, we'll say, maximum 30 quid, and I'll probably give you a £10 off voucher when it comes. So you'll get all of this access for 20 quid, and it's completely customizable. You make your word lists. These maze packs are brilliant. Make as many unique puzzles as you want for, we'll say, 30 quid. Lifetime access as well. It's a download. It's not a subscription. And the word search, it's worth 30 quid for lifetime access just to that. I'm very impressed with how that turned out. It took a lot of tweaking, a lot of banging my head against the wall, but I've done it. And here it is. Watch the following video for an explainer on exactly what you will get. Remember to enter, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll pick the winner in a week from whenever this video is released. So when you download the folder, this is what you'll get. This is what's inside it. The images folder holds images for certain puzzles. Hublog, just ignore that because it doesn't really mean anything. This is the exe that you need to click, and these word lists and word search lists are what you need for certain word puzzles. But to start with, open up the Puzzle Hub, and you'll be presented with this. Now, what happened was I built these puzzles separately in Python, and then I combined them all together into this exe hub. And because of that, some settings they don't make sense. Like, you can change the page size on each page. That should be a universal setting, really. Down here, there's an option for project settings. I don't think it does anything. Feel free to mess about with it. You get a space to change the title for each puzzle and easy, medium, hard. And I think there's 11 different puzzles included. Some are for kids, some are for adults. So 11 different puzzles. And the best way to show you how it works is just to create a book, I suppose. So this is a 30-second challenge. A maths equation is printed on the paper, and you've got to work it out in 30 seconds. It's just like a little brain teaser. I'll keep it 6 by 9. Now, because you can change it on each page, you need to make sure that you set it correctly. You have two options, 6 by 9 or 8.5 by 11. There are different rules for the layout of each one, so make sure you pick it consistently throughout. As default, 6 by 9 is highlighted. Now, there's a chance if you change that in the project settings, it might change the entire size of the file, but the size of the page. But play about with it. You can change the title here. 30-second challenge is the default, but again, change it to whatever you want. Random seed, optional. That probably doesn't work anymore. But again, because I made this using AI and Python, it was hard to know what bit to take out. So I've just left it in. That's why this, obviously if you win it, you'll get it for free. But if you were to buy it for, 30 quid sale or whatever, it's cheap. There might be a few little idiosyncrasies that you need to try and get your head around. But this is pretty self-explanatory. Futoshiki, these are like the equality puzzles, which people love so much. Again, change the title if you want to. Oh, I was meant to be adding these to the queue, so add it to the queue. Start again. So after you set up each one with the title and things like that, add it to the queue, and it'll build in this order. You can select them, move them up and down if you want them in a different order. Cross maths, you all know what that is. And again, these puzzles are really simple, so they might not be the best generators out there, but it is the cheapest generator. And when you see the word ladder and the word search, it's worth to get lifelong access to something like that. And the mazes are brilliant in this, even if I say so myself. The Kurosu puzzles, if you don't know what they are, it's like Sudokus, but with circles and crosses. And you've got to have 3 circles and 3 crosses in each row and column. It's fancy. Now this here, for the maze pairs, this is where some of those image folders come in. So if we go back here, the maze pairs are found in here, images folder and pairs. This is the default location when you start this program up. You can, of course, point it to anywhere you want, but this is the default one here. And if you make your own, you simply need inside the images folder and in the pairs folder. So inside the pairs folder, create another folder with the title you want to use. That's for you, really. You need a start and an end and a caption. So the caption is help Jack find Jill. If you were to make your own, you could have, for example, so this cat and kittens is empty. There's nothing in it. You would have a picture of a adult cat, a picture of a kitten, and the caption saying, help the kitten return to its mother, or help the mother find the kitten. Just a simple text document. Again, change the title if you want to. Change the path colour. This is for the solution. I'm going to change it to grey because I envisage printing in black and white. Allow reusing image pairs. Self-explanatory, but because I'm making 5 mazes and I've only technically got 1 pair in there, Jack and Jill, I've got to allow reuse. And if I didn't, it would just make however many was there. I forgot to add the curacao to the list, so hang fire. Add you to the queue. Not change it back, grey, sorry. If you're making a colour book, of course, change that to whatever colour you want. Rebus equations. Now these are puzzles where the there's a sum, and each image, so the rest of the images in this folder, these alien, boy, girl, monster, the blank is for the equals, so we won't use that one. But each one of these is given a set integer value for each puzzle, and you've got to work out what the value is. So again, we'll just the max value of each number you can set, and I've made it as 12 on here, and you can decide which operators are used just by deleting whichever ones you don't want, and you can allow negative subtraction, which I'm not going to do because I want it easy. And you can also mix operators within puzzles. That'll become apparent. I'll leave it ticked just for a bit more flavour. And again, point to the correct image folder. Sudoku's self-explanatory. Now, these are the difficulty level is comparative, and it took forever to generate. So this might be where it takes a bit of time. So I'm just going to make a small amount of Sudokus. Make as many as you want, but be prepared to wait a long time for it to generate. Again, add that to the queue. Word ladders. You all know what word ladders are. In this case, easy, medium, large equates to the word length that you've got to. So a word ladder, you start off with one word at the top, so many rungs down the bottom there's another ladder, and then you've got to change a letter each step and get to the new letter. They are all found in these word lists here. 3-letter words, 4-letter words, 5-letter words, 6-letter words. Add your own if you want, but I've made a fairly large list there. Again, I'll add you to the queue. Word search, again, this is all linked to this word search list here. The first row is going to be the title of the puzzle. Then all the letters go underneath. It can fit 21 words per puzzle. So anything under 21 will not appear in the list. So when you come to edit this, just ignore anything under 21. And you can have as many puzzles as you want. As you can see, I got bored and started repeating some words here. But I changed the titles just to make sure that it was actually rotating through the list. Again, we'll just do 6. So the sheet name, if it's blank, it's going to use the first column. The first sheet. If you want to overwrite the title for whatever reason, you can do it there. I wouldn't recommend it just because you can only pick one title. Add that to the queue. And then wrap chains. Now these wrap chains are a puzzle that I invented. So I've included a little instruction sheet there on how to do it. And again, add to queue. So there we've got 11 puzzles all ready to go. Click build and save. Change the title to whatever you want and then press the save button. So in the top corner there you can see all the puzzles as the build. And what this app does is it first of all builds all the puzzles in this order. You can change the order by clicking on it and moving the using the move up, move down button. And then it's going to generate the results underneath in again the same order. It's quite impressive. I think a lot of the generators that you get nowadays, they just generate puzzle. Generate puzzle and then results directly after. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So this does it in the correct order, I think. And this is what you get. This is your puzzle. So this is the 30-second challenge. You start on a number, double it, add 10 plus 9, blah, blah, blah. Follow it through and then you get your answer at the bottom. There's enough space there for people to write the answers as they go. So you get beginner, medium and hard. These are the cross maths. Again, they're not going to be the best generators because they were just knocked up with me and AI. But for the price, you're not gonna find them anywhere cheaper. But look through the puzzles, look through the answers, make sure you're happy with them. If you're not, then regenerate or just tear them out. Cross maths. I'll show you what. Sometimes these cross maths, I'm not really a massive fan of them, just because to make these equations work all together, it sometimes becomes like 8 minus 4, and then 4, whatever. This one doesn't work out as what I was going to say, but things like this. Yeah, I can't like. You'll see in the answers if it's there. I'll show you what I mean. But because there's only so many equations that you can do that'll fit into these things. This here is the Futoshiki. So numbers 1 to 5 go across and down. 5, this number here is going to be less than 5 and less than the number down here. Now I can never work these puzzles out, but I've done them online. And yeah, it's like a mix between Sudokus and higher and low sort of things. I'm not very good at them, but again, it's there if you want to use them. What's next on this list? Kuroso. So you 3 X's and 3 zeros in each column and row. And another. Is that a logic puzzle? I don't know. These are the mazes now. I do like these mazes. So there's the entry, there's Jack, there's Jill, there's the slogan that you had in the text file. Again, because we only had one one set of pairs, it's used it 5 times because that's what I said I wanted to, that's the amount I wanted to generate. Now I did like these Rebus puzzles. So, girl plus girl equals 14, so that's obviously 7 plus 7. Girl minus monster equals 3. So she's 7 minus him, something equals 2, so he's 4. And then 7 minus something equals 2, so he's 5. So 7, 4, 2. That would be the answer there. Easy, but they do get harder. There's a times one there. But again, it always works out that you find the first number by it's always itself plus itself, I think. Although hush my mouth. Anyway, you get the idea of those. It's been a long time since I made these generators. This is a Sudoku. It's a general Sudoku. I had to kind of nerf it so the difficulty levels are all relative. The hard is harder than medium, but it might not be classed as a hard Sudoku. It's there for your enjoyment. And these are the word ladders. So the difficulty is the number of steps it takes to complete the change. So from detail to remain, remove each, change the letter each step, and then you get the word remain. Also, each step is obviously another word. So detail, I imagine retail, retain, remain. Yes, I am clever. And then the harder ones, medium ones, sorry, you get 5 steps in total. Hard, you get 6. Now these word search puzzles are, how many were there? 7, 14, 20. So you get 21 words in a puzzle. That's the maximum. You can have less, but it does go in columns of 7 words. So I think if the price for this is 30 quid, it's 30 quid to have lifetime access to a word search generator. Like this is perfect, but you're getting all of the other bits as well. And remember, if you are lucky enough to win this, obviously it's self-serving, because if you win, then I want you to make sure it works. Because this is working on my computer fine. I need to make sure it works on someone else's. I've tried it on my laptop, but I don't have Python. It works fine. I need someone else to try it, really. And these are the wrap chains, the puzzle that I made. So I set a little instruction page with it. So if the sum is greater than the max number, and the max number is 1 to 16 and a 4x4, 1 to 25 and a 5x5, then you wrap it around. So there's a little idea of how it works. So something plus 7 equals 4, technically equals 20, because remember, once you get to 16, you wrap round. So 13 plus 7 equals 20, which in this wrap round equates to 4. 7 plus 4 equals 11. That's how you complete it. And here are the answers. So what I was trying to say with these math cubes is sometimes you'd always get like 2 times 2, so itself times itself equals whatever, but it hasn't really happened so much here. That's another one I don't like. 13 divided by 1 equals 13. 1 plus 13 equals 14. So again, the difficulty is all relative, I suppose. I just want to whiz down and show you the answers for there's the maze with the grey solution line. There's the Rebus 7, 4 and 5. I was correct. Sudoku's retail, I was right there. I'm a clever boy. Now these are the answers for the word search. It took us ages to get it to make it into circles rather than like it would put a line through it or a dodgy highlight each letter as a grey square. It looked rubbish. I managed to convince it to make into these sort of rings, and it works perfectly. So I'm very, very pleased with that. And there's the wrap chain. So there it is. That is a 78-page book, and we could have done a lot more in a matter of seconds with that generator. So here's the deal. Comment down below in the video, and I'll pick one winner at random in a week's time or so. And I'll make contact with you, whoever wins, and I'll give you the discount code to get it for free. Just to make sure it works. Now there's no reason why it wouldn't work, but I do need to test it out, and I just thought I'd give someone else a free copy of it just to see. Now, there is a little disclaimer here. Now I made this in Python, and to make it into an exe I use something called PyInstaller. Now PyInstaller does trigger some antiviruses. It triggered my Norton, even though I made it. It triggered it. It's a common error from what I can see. I just ignored it, and it works fine, of course. And because I was involved in the making of it, I know it's safe. If it triggers your antivirus, it's obviously up to you if you allow it. That is a little disclaimer there. So there's a very good chance it'll trigger your antivirus if you download it, because PyInstaller, it just does that sort of thing, unfortunately. If I've got a clip of it, I'll show you a clip of my Norton when it triggered the antivirus. It's just PyInstaller being a little bit of a b-hole. So be prepared for that. So if you want a free copy of this to test, you are a tester, drop a comment, like and follow. And I will check, because I haven't got that many followers. I will check to make sure that you're subscribed and that you've liked and commented on the vid. And you can have this for free. If you don't win, when I get the feedback from the winner, then I'll put it for sale, and it'll be 30 quid max. £30, and I'll probably give you a £10 off coupon straight away. So that's it. I just want to show you what I've made and give someone a chance to win it. Right, that is it for today's vid. Thank you very, very much for watching. Good luck if you enter the competition. And have a lot of fun.